people know.
Like, okay.
Because, you know. What's up, world? It's your media girl, Robin E. here, checking in. And we are back on another episode of Pillow Talk Podcast, Season 7 with it, okay? I love 7. It's such a lucky number. It signifies so much growth, positivity, opportunity. So I'm really embodying that, you know, this season. I just feel like opportunity is just everywhere and I want to live abundantly in the opportunity. You feel me? Okay.
Love that. Yeah. No, I love that.
Yes.
Actually,
You know, gotta drop it a little gems. Make sure you guys are following us on Facebook at Pillow Talk Podcast and on IG at Robin E93 to see the latest and the greatest. Man, I gotta give a big shout out to Shy Blizz and High City Productions on their amazing Smoke and Chill event. Y'all, it was super lit. Like, I was very discombobulated. I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot of recreational things in the air, you know, but it was an absolutely amazing vibe. Shout out to my Radio Chicago, Sharice. Like, it was super, super dope. I always love seeing like the independent creative community in Chicago, the culture, like people connecting from different areas. Like, it was really just a vibe. So I'm honored that I got to host that. Shout out to Daisy Buzetta. She was my co-host and it was just super lit, y'all. So make sure you guys do follow my Radio Chicago to see all their amazing shows and just everything they have to offer for Chicago culture. You don't want to miss it, y'all. It's super dope. Now, today, I am so excited to have my guest in the building. Y'all, this is my girl. I am such a fan of her. It's crazy. Like, I've actually known her a few years now, seeing the growth, seeing just the involvement and how you carry yourself. I love it so much, you guys. Boss in the building. Miss Yesenia Roman is here with us.
So happy to be here. I know. Oh my God, it's been years.
It's been some years though, actually.
Oh my goodness,
that's
like,
crazy.
Time flies.
It really
I'm
does.
so happy to see it, and like likewise, like I feel like we've both kind of like been in there. You know what I mean? In each other, and it's like I love that. I love to see that.
I love it. You've been doing your thing.
Yeah.
Like, boss.
Thank you.
If you guys don't know, she's an amazing event curator. She's the creator of Elevated Open Mic. She is just an advocate for Chicago culture as well. Hip hop music, just a dope Latina, okay, putting on for the culture, okay, and an advocate for that Mary Jane. Yeah. When I tell y'all, I ain't never seen a beautiful woman go so hard for Mary Jane like this in my life. Like, she's about that life, but in a very educational way, you know, positive way. So I'm happy to have you here. Like I said, I love you so much. You really just been doing your thing. So for those that don't know you, welcome to Pillow Talk Nation officially. Now, we're here in Chicago, but we got to know which side is the best side to you.
Well, you know what? I'm always gonna say I'm a Southside baby, so Southside for sure. I guess you could say Southwest Side, a little village. So I don't know, but I've always been a Southside girly myself.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Love it.
Yes.
What's the best thing about the South Side?
You know what? For me, it's just home. So I feel like it's just different. The vibe on the South Side is a little bit different than on the North Side. I feel like. Yeah, I think it's just more north. It reminds me more of myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? I go there for like the stuff that I want to buy, like that's convenient.
For sure.
In my culture, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And the funniest thing is like the South Side really is like, to me, it embodies like Chicago. Like we're like the city of broad shoulders and like the hard workers, and the South Side it's really hardworking people, and it's really, you know, people who are like living life every day, you know what I mean, in the city. And yeah, I think it's just kind of a different vibe. I think the North Side is like, I wouldn't say necessarily that I know the specific vibe, but I feel like it's just, for me, it's just somewhere that I go for certain things.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We love it. I love the South Side. You know, I'm not from Chicago. Y'all know that already. But I love Chicago. I always say where I'm from made me, but Chicago, where I'm from raised me, but Chicago made me, because I'm always here. Chicago always putting belt to ass when it comes to what needs to be done. So shout out to the South Side. We absolutely love it. Yeah. Now, aside from all of the things that you do, I kind of want to know a little bit more just about who you were kind of growing up as, you know, a kid. Like, what were some of the things that you loved as far as like what you thought you were going to be as an adult, and where you kind of, thought you were going to be when you were younger? Because, we have a lot of dreams when we're kids. Like, what were you dreaming about when you were a kid?
Oh, my God. I was a dreamer. I was definitely a dreaming kid. I definitely was a big dreamer. A poet. I honestly, I was a poet. So I thought I was going to be Shakespeare. And then, like, literally, my birthday is the same birthday as Shakespeare. We share the same.
Damn.
So I always felt like I was destined. And, like, honestly, I always wrote poetry that was like kind of reflective of Shakespeare. Like he would write poetry in stanzas and like different setups, and so I would do the same because I was kind of like wanted to embody that like poetry. And like what did I know, like what did me as a kid relate to this like old white guy from like that time, you know what I mean, like literally. But I don't know, like I felt like I was destined to be a poet.
I love that.
Yeah. And my birthday is the same one, and right now it's 4/20 week, and it's also my birthday week period. So yeah, it's a good reminder. It's also National Poetry Month. So literally,
I didn't know that.
Yes, absolutely.
You just put me on.
See, no, it's absolutely it's National Poetry Month, and as a poet myself, and as sharing my birthday, I feel like that's who I am.
I love that. Definitely a poet, a lover of words. I think that plays probably a big role in how you love, the hip hop and what kind of led you to a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Like literally my first favorite poets were rappers. So like to me in my eyes, it was like, that's the kind of like work that I used to like to listen to. When I used to listen to rap, it was to the beat, of course, but like I'm not a huge like dancer. To me, it was like the lyrics. I used to listen to the lyrics, you know what I mean? So I used to listen to Lil' Kim, and I used to be like, yeah, exactly. So like imagine her lyrics were insane, and like on the Pillow Talk podcast, since we're like being like talking about it, one of my favorite stories is like the Lil' Kim album came out when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was little, okay, and my brother actually had that CD because he was older than I was, and it was like the uncensored CD, and I used to listen to it like so much, and it was like the hardcore album. It's the one with the poster
with that coochie out.
So I'm at the table, and my mom's making dinner, and I'm sitting at the table talking about, I don't want dick tonight. Oh! Eat my pussy right. My mom turns around, and she's like, excuse me? Oh. And my mom doesn't speak English, but she knows what pussy and dick is.
Oh, my God.
So literally, she ripped up the poster, she threw away the CD, and literally that was like... Literally, and she's always been my favorite rapper, like literally since I was a little kid. But that's why I said like that was the music that I would listen to. Insane.
You was lit.
Yeah.
It's some good lyrics though. It's good lyrics on there.
I was 8 years old when that happened. Yeah,
it's some good lyrics though. That's a fire album. Shout out to Lil' Kim.
Shout out to Lil' Kim.
She was really that bitch.
Queen Bee. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I absolutely love that. That's fire as hell. Yeah. So the poetry, the love of words, that was always there for you. Lil' Kim, you said is your favorite rapper still? Okay, I love that. So if you had to name, I guess maybe like your top 5 then of like all time, who would be like maybe 2 or 3 other ones?
My favorite rappers? Oof. Of my favorite rappers, Kanye West, absolutely number 1. Lil' Kim, of course, is always going to be my favorite, like, that's like since I was 5 years old, 6 years old. Yes. You know what I mean? And Kanye West actually was also since I was like 13. You know what I mean? So these are people that are like musical influences like the whole time. Those are the top 2. And then the other ones, if I'm really trying to think of like people that have long, Tupac, of course, you know what I mean?
Okay, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I love it.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I'm somebody who like, when I like something, I like stick to it, and those I think those Kanye West and Lil' Kim are definitely those. That's who I would describe. That's who I would describe myself as.
That's the personality duo right there.
Literally,
that's a good mix. Because Kanye definitely is one of those stars that very, very legendary, despite previous thing, or I should say current things. His previous things, his legacy. Yeah.
I think like Kanye West is like. For me, because again, like I said, he's been there my whole life. So I feel like he's just somebody whose music I've listened to at different points of my life that I can just relate to, like go back to and shit like that. And like he also is like somebody who's like talked about like bipolar and shit like that. And I have bipolar disorder, and I've talked about it and stuff like that on my Instagram. And so like So to me, like, I think it's kind of like that relating in a different way, kind of through.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the music is fucking good. You know what I mean? What can I say? You know what I mean? Yeah, like the music is good. So I love Kanye West. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
that's powerful. Powerful. Let me drink to that.
Yeah, period. Actually.
Period. Because it's birthday mode.
It sure is.
So you might as well, you know what I'm saying? Might as well take a sip. Please, indulge. Well, that's definitely powerful. Now, obviously, I got to pry a little bit now because you just dropped a little gem in there. I didn't know that personally. Wow. So when did you find out that you had bipolar disorder?
So, like, my bipolar disorder diagnosis first happened when I was, like, about 22. Okay. But I kind of didn't take it serious then because I was kind of, like, young and living my life. And I was like, I don't really see it affecting me in any way or anything. The reason why I ended up finding out about it is because I think I for some reason I had to go through like a mental evaluation. I think it was like, and then that's how I found out. It wasn't even willingly. Like it wasn't even like, because I didn't feel like nothing was wrong with me. You know what I mean? But I think I was either like, for like some other like health related stuff that I had to do all these things. And then that's how I found out. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And so at the time I didn't even take it serious. I was like, whatever. And then later on, which is, I'm sorry. I'm choking.
Oh, sorry. It's a shame. It's the bubbles.
No, I didn't take it serious. So then much later, like when I was like in my 30s, and I was like just a few years ago, I was like, well, let me see like if maybe I can, because I started feeling like it was affecting my relationships. And then I was like, so I was like, and you know what, in reality, it wasn't really affecting my relationships. It was affecting my ability to cope with my relationship. Okay. And so I struggled to kind of grasp emotionally what I'm supposed to do. And then I went and looked for therapy and things like that. And then that's how I was like, okay, I got re-diagnosed. And then I went through the...
Nice. Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
It looks different in different people. And so like, I think people just have this like idea that bipolar is like these giant mood swings, which they can be, you know what I mean? But it also looks like drastic changes in your lifestyle, you know what I mean? Quickly, you know what I mean? And so just different things that people don't realize how it manifests.
Yes. Wow. Well, I commend you definitely for getting help and getting re-diagnosed and going through the process. That's deep. Mental health is very important, very serious. So I'm glad that you got that together and, you know, got it in check so you can live abundantly. Yeah. Wow, that's deep.
Absolutely. And like, honestly, the craziest thing is that honestly, I would never sit here and be like the face of mental health, you know what I mean? Yeah. But one thing that I can absolutely say is that we're all here to strive to live a happy life. And so that's really that's all really what we're trying to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yes.
You snapped at that. Absolutely love that. Fire. Well, in addition to you going through those different stages in your life and getting to this beautiful space that you're in right now, I got to take it back because everybody has their own, you know, weed origin story. About how they were introduced to it, or you know, the evolution of it, you know, how did you feel when you first started, whatever. But I want to know, obviously with you, like growing up, how were you introduced to it? Was it initially something bad? Like what was that first encounter like?
It's funny because like it was with my family, like, you know, it was with my sister and my brother, and those are like the people that I would first get high with. So literally, they used to already do it.
Shout out to the siblings.
Yeah, I know, my older siblings. You know what I mean? And like it's funny because they would already do it when I was little. So it was like, I just got to the age because at the beginning I was staunchly against it. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. When I was little, I was very like people have this misconception of me that I'm like some other person. I was a fucking nerd. I was nerdy as hell when I was little. Yeah. Really? I was a poet. All I did was read books and like be super nerdy as hell.
Poets can be cool though. Poets can be a little lit.
Later on. Like now I'm a cool poet. You know what I mean? But when I was little, I was not a cool poet. I was definitely a fucking nerd. And like I was literally like, no, like that's so bad. And like I hated that my siblings did it. And then I got to that age where I was just like, give me that shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, it's funny. It's just how like life happens. But because I would always see them do it, it's just natural. So yeah.
It was just easy, like convenient. Okay. So were you able to actually inhale like the first time? Or were you one of those people that was fake inhaling and thought you was getting high?
If I'm thinking, so it's funny, but when I think back to like the first moments that I smoked, I feel like I was inhaling, and I feel like that's kind of why I was like, I don't know, I felt like I was super high. Like some people say they didn't get high when the first time they smoked.
Yeah.
I was fucking blasted. I was zooted. And I remember like I was like, I don't know, like even all the first few times that I remember, I was fucking zooted. You know what I mean? And it was like, it was back in the day. So it was like literally like regular ass weed. Regular ass weed.
What was it? What'd you smoke? Some Reggie? Some 50?
Sawbucks.
Some drugs? Them Sawbucks.
Yeah, mainly. Or like, you know what? Nickelbacks.
Used to get a lot of weed out of little sacks back then.
The nickel bags were like this big. I smoked them.
Different times.
You just had to pick the seeds.
Different times. And don't let you smoke a seed. That motherfucker stay. Look, that is so funny.
Absolutely not. But see, we don't struggle that way anymore. That's different. Those are
It's different.
times.
It's different times.
Yeah, no,
different
absolutely.
times.
But back then, yeah, it was nickel bags. You know what I mean? Like
that is so funny. I definitely was one of those people. The first time I smoked, I did not get high. I smoked with my friend. I feel like they did not properly instruct me on the right way to do it. And I had always thought that weed was bad. And then peer pressure got me. I ain't gonna lie. But after that first time, and I didn't get high, I was like, whatever. And I didn't try it again, honestly, for like another year or two. But the second time, I feel like I was at a party or something with strangers, just outside being a kid, low key, with strangers, and they smoking. And I feel like they're like, bitch, you're not inhaling. Like, you're doing it wrong.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I'm like, oh, okay. And I did it the right way. And yeah, like that first high, I was like, oh, okay. I get it now. I understand.
So see, it was my sister and my brother. So I
That's
guess
so
they walked me through it properly. Because I was high as hell.
That is too funny.
Yeah.
So as you've gotten older and, just transitioned throughout life, like there's been a lot of different changes, obviously, like with the stigma around weed. I feel like with us growing up too, like I'm in my 30s as well. And again, like it was different back then versus now. For one, it wasn't legal, statewide, not recreationally. And now the fact that there's like a gazillion dispensaries everywhere, it's really different. Mm-hmm. So there was like a time when you were like really educating people on just like weed laws and marijuana laws. Like, so what really led you to kind of share some of those details with everybody?
So when I first started in the industry, absolutely. I was literally like, I realized how like terrible the cannabis industry was in Illinois, and I was kind of like very unhappy because when it started, when adult like recreational use became like legal, I was like one of the first people at dispensaries, like trying to get some stuff, like trying to see the space, like thinking it was gonna be a cool, fun experience, and it wasn't. It was like going to like a clinic. You couldn't even see the weed, smell the weed. You couldn't do shit, and it was like this is terrible. This isn't weed. And so then you start thinking to yourself even further than that. Why is it all these white people? Why do I feel like I'm at a Starbucks? Why do I feel like what the fuck is going on? Like, and then you look at the people who are actually in charge of these dispensaries, and it's like, who are the fuck are we buying weed from? What is this whole system here? You know what I mean? Because as far as I know, and everyone knows, there's people still in jail for weed. There's people still going to jail for weed. And we know that it's not white people, you know what I mean? And so like, why am I buying my weed from white people? Like this, why? Like what is going on? And so I was very much like, no. I started writing my blog because I was like, the papers aren't writing about it. At the time, the papers, none of them were. The Sun Times ran like a small cannabis, section, and it was very like biased, and it was very like, nobody's talking about the fact that the licenses are going to these corporations that are already in charge of other things. They're looking at marijuana as a product. Fair, it is. We all understand. We all understand how supply and demand works. But at the same time, we can all understand that this is coming from people who are in jail again. Like, what is going on? Like, how are we just ignoring the elephant in the room? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so that's really what drove me to like write about it. And so at the time I was very like putting out articles. I was putting out articles about different dispensaries, the products, talking about who owned them, showing people like these are terrible people, like you guys shouldn't support them. It was very hard. It was really hard. And then like the worst part about it was that I didn't feel supported really by anybody, because I felt like people wanted to work with these companies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, I want to, like, that's cool. This is cool. It's weed. But you don't understand it, that it's deeper than that. This is exactly how the system works, and this is just another industry that we are watching them take over, basically. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's okay. Like, it's not okay, but I think people are more like sedated to the idea because, again, it's just another product that they want to buy. But I think that as consumers, we should care more.
Yeah.
About where our products are coming from, about like what is the humanity behind every product, exactly like animal testing, exactly like all of these other things that are already in place. We should have, seals on weed and be the people who say like, the weed comes from, we employ ex-felons, we give ex-felons a pathway from the prison pipeline out of prison, you know what I mean? We're funding these programs and stuff like that, and that really doesn't exist. In fact, if you even further than that, and it's something that I am very upset about, consider how many dispensaries exist in different areas of Chicago. Now consider how much money they're investing in the communities in Chicago.
It can't be much.
None. In fact, a lot of these dispensaries, they rather associate, especially in places like the South Side and things like that, they look very much medical. Why? Because they don't want people hanging out on the South Side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want people being at these dispensaries and like feeling like it's a place to go smoke or anything like that. All of these things are terrible things, but we all smoke weed. We just want to be aware of the weed and like what's happening in the industry. But it was very hard again. And so, yeah, like I think over time, I think I was just kind of like yelling at, like not even yelling at an empty room, because everybody's like, yeah, you're right.
And not helping though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let me just continue to buy it anyway. And so like I really had to like redirect my like energy, because I felt like, you know what, I think sometimes like I could yell at like these corporate people all day, or I could really like invest in the community that I've created, which is the open mic, right? Because at the end of the day, there's real everyday people who are poets, writers, singers, rappers who need that type of support. Why would I waste my resources on these corporate people when I could redirect them to people who need it?
Yes.
Yeah. Like why? So it just felt natural to just be like, I'm gonna step away from this for now, you know what I mean? Because I definitely do feel like my writing is empowering and for myself, and for like, I think that it's important that we talk about these topics and people aren't talking about them. And I feel like if I felt supported on a platform that I felt like, wait, let's talk about some real shit, because there is real shit that goes on in Illinois, like with these giant corporations, and maybe I would be more invested in like writing some real shit. But otherwise, I have everything that I could ask for.
Yes. Yes. Woo, that's deep.
Yeah.
She had to break it down. Yeah. She had to break it down real quick and explain.
Yeah. It's hard being a superhero, and I'm not a
superhero. Period.
So.
Oh, but you are though, in a sense. Like, and that was one of the things that I really enjoyed about you, in the beginning when I saw you, like as a writer as well. I love the fact that you were very detailed in explaining the wrong about it and making it a problem that people like weren't really noticing and bringing it, to the forefront. So that whole issue, which is still a problem, I feel like was just a major thing for you to take on and push. So I commend you still for doing that and speaking on it and shedding light on it. That was deep.
Yeah.
That was definitely deep. I love that. That was deep, period. And so the Elevated open mic, yes, you went on ahead and created that. So did that stem from that whole situation? Was it born then from you going through that?
Yes, because I felt like when I was writing, I felt like there was a lot of people who did want spaces where they could smoke and be creative, but they weren't feeling welcome in traditional cannabis spaces, which is insane to me, because I myself would go to these cannabis events and they would be like, and I am not trying to be problematic. People are like, oh, because it's racism or because it's something deeper against white people, right? But I don't want to go to a weed event and there's all white people and there's white people serving me my weed. I don't understand it. Like, to me personally, like, I never bought weed from that kind of environment. So
Facts.
it doesn't make sense to me. And I get it that they're trying to sell us this McDonald's form of purchasing weed. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, where's if we're able to buy McDonald's of a weed, where's like the up here? You know what I mean? Like, where's the good stuff? You know what I mean? Like, because it's not, like, I'm not seeing it. You know what I mean? And like, we do want good weed. We do want like higher quality weed. You know what I mean? These are all we do want spaces where we can go and it's nice, where we're not smoking in like another speakeasy or like just raggedy basement or something. You know what I mean? We want to smoke in nice places. Shit, I want to smoke downtown somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, please, like, we all deserve, as weed smokers, we deserve dignity. You know what I mean? Like, shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. I'm tired of like having to like fight against all of these rules, but there's, again, so many rules put in place against the person who loves the plant, you know what I mean? Which is us, you know.
That's deep as fuck. It's some layers with that. You speaking some layers right there. I love that idea though as well. I am a recreational smoker. I do enjoy smoking as well. And you just made a big point as far as just what people are subjected to because of the weed or whatever the case is, even though people are getting money from it on the back end. Like, there should be a better trade-off to some degree. Like, that's really, really dope. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with the elevated open mic, when you first started that, what was like that process like, even just finding places for that in the beginning?
So I think at the beginning, I went to a place that was doing events, and I went to an event in a space, and it was a art house in Pilsen, and it was basically just an empty apartment, and it was like painted up, and it was empty with just a few chairs, and it was an art house. And I was like, the event that I went to was 420 friendly, and I was like, interesting. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I like this is artsy, you know what I mean? And in my mind, I'm a poet. When I was younger in high school, I hosted a poetry slam, and so I've always kind of been like that kind of a person. I've always been a like organizer, and like that was the first idea, was let me do an open mic, because that way anybody can come out and perform. And it was literally at that art house in the backyard under a tent. And I remember it was raining. It was 420. It was this week. So it's actually the 5th anniversary, right, of the elevated open mic this week. And so, yeah, we literally just were down under a tent. It was like 10 of us maybe, or not even 10 of us. It was like 5 of us maybe. And we were just under there. Like, yeah. So basically once I found the space, I was like, my website was really about that. It was about community, and it's really like, it's kind of like cheesy. And now that 5 years have passed, I find that concept of community so cheesy, because the way that I see it then, the way that I saw it then, basically, because community is actually something much different. You know, at that time, I thought, the cannabis community is people who smoke. People who smoke are like, they're gonna want to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with anybody who passes me a joint, I'm taking the joint.
Facts.
But the reality is that, no, not everybody who smokes is my friend. You know what I mean? And not everybody who passes me their joint is somebody who I want to smoke with.
Facts.
So literally, I've learned that after 5 years, and so now community for me is exactly that. It's the communities that I'm there for, and who is there for me as well. And so like literally, it shows up in so many different ways that like back then I think I was just kind of like, I just didn't know, you know what I mean? I just didn't know who I was trying to tell these things. And so when I created the open mic, it was like, I wanted people like me to just come out, who like to smoke, who don't want to, feel like ostracized or like weird, because open mics are already so like selective and like exclusive and like so many fucking layers, and like, I just want to get high and listen to people do what they like. You know what I mean? That's always... The open mic has always been about my desire to get high and watch people do what the fuck they like. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm always the one there sitting with my blunt and my little drink, you know what I mean, occasionally, and like just watching people. Because I love that, you know what I mean? There's nothing better than watching people do what they love, you know what I mean? And like, for me, that's really what it's about. And I know I love to do that. I know I love to get on the mic and share my poetry and like get into this like different kind of vibe. And that's where the open mic started. So it was to give people that ability to come on and do that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So no, I've always been that person that wanted to create a space regardless. You know what I mean? Like to not be exclusive or like exclusatory, or I don't even know how the word exactly is, but to not be, limiting. You know what I mean? That's why I always say like the open mic is, BIPOC, LGBTQ plus. Like that is literally who we are. Like if people have a problem with the open mic, we're not only are we, brown and black as fuck, we're also gay as fuck over there. You know what I mean? And so like literally like that's how we are. You know what I mean? And so like that's because it's hard to find spaces where we could be that way. You know what I mean? And so that is what the open mic is. You know what I mean?
That.
Yep.
It's definitely an amazing platform. I love it. I think it's super dope and original and authentic for sure. And apparently an additional safe space for a lot of different people. So I really love that. Yeah. You've done a lot of them as well. You've been able to really create a vibe multiple times. If you had to pick maybe a favorite one or a special one off bat, do you have one in mind that really just hit for you? Specifically?
So I think, of course, I'm like every person who's like, the first open mics, you know what I mean? Like at the beginning when we were in Pilsen, I think it was a different vibe because we were literally in a backyard with a speaker and sometimes not even a microphone. Like if we did have a microphone, it was like all taped up. Like because why? Because of course I could go out and buy a microphone and go out and buy a speaker and fund this entire like open mic and it'd be like, okay, you know what I mean? But then people don't realize that when I bring the speaker, I have to carry the speaker. When I bring the mic, when I bring the equipment, I have to carry the shit. And like, I'm not some fucking, 230 something pound man. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? I try. You know what I mean?
Ain't trying to do all that work.
Yeah,
basically.
I sort of period. To be honest, period. You know what I mean? Like, get out. I have a bad back. You know what I mean? And so like, I think at the beginning we were just like showing up there. We had like our weed and like we had like vendors and we were just creating a vibe. And I think I didn't really know at the time like, who we would be, having or like how many people would show up. And sometimes it would be like 5 people and then suddenly it was like 15 people. You know what I mean? And it was like constantly 15 people and it was like, wow. And then like we've had 20 people. We've had I basically say the venue has given me this amount of hours. We're going to go until those hours are done. You know what I mean? And like basically, if you want to sign up at the end, you can still sign up. We'll still let you perform at the end. You know what I mean? If there's time, we're still there. You know what I mean? Like,
love that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I'm still there with my little blunt and my drink and we're going to listen to this. You know what I mean? Because I think like at the end of the day, like that's the point of it. You know what I mean? Like the point is to just create that space for performers. The open mic was never really about me because as a person, I think I'm my own entity and individual. Like the open mic is separate from me in the sense that I am also a performer of the open mic. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like a different relationship that I have with the open mic versus feeling like it's me. I have to take the spotlight. I don't. I go up there, I do my poems, and then we're going right on to the next performer. You know what I mean? Like exactly. Yeah. I'm not doing too much.
I love that though. I really do. I just love how eager you are for just a good vibe. Like, I think a lot of times people, especially in Chicago, they get really caught up on like super glitz glamour, shit falling from the sky. You know what I'm saying? People break dancing and doing all types of extra shit that it takes away from just what is a good time, like what's needed for a good time. And I feel like your events are like a reminder, like, when you have community, like you don't need too much, you just need the community in a nice spot, like so y'all can just be community together.
Exactly. Like literally, that's exactly it. Like to me, the way that I see it, like it, especially because I do the open mics during the week. So to me, it's like, this is a great thing to do on like a Wednesday, Thursday night where you're not really like doing something and you are a performer. It's such a chill spot to come out and just, vibe, smoke and chill. And like right now we're doing it at Blaze Bakery, which is in Logan Square, and literally that space I've grown to love that space so much because to me that is an example of a local business that also cares about cannabis further than money, because we all care about money. You know what I mean? I don't like this idea that people have where people would choose community over money. At the end of the day, I would not starve for anybody, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know what I mean? And so like, I think people like, it's also like this expectation, but I love to see businesses who prioritize first of all, their, you know what I mean? The people that they have established with, who cultivate that, and also prioritize putting out good products. You know what I mean?
Facts. Big facts.
Literally. Yes. Like I'm not going somewhere where I can tell you're not invested in me as a consumer again, because I am a fucking consumer. I am the one paying for these like products that you're selling me. And if I'm seeing that these products aren't good or I'm not like feeling them, I wouldn't recommend them, then I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? And so over time, like I've tried so many of their products. I have my favorite, and like I'm happy to be there. And like the open mic has always been about that, because even the art house was that they were so welcoming to us that we were just there getting high and doing our performances. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's about. Spaces that have welcomed, you know, me and the open mic there in their space.
I love that.
Yeah. Here.
Okay, y'all, we have been chopping it up in depth about that elevated open mic and really just the importance of having safe spaces in Chicago. I think that's super amazing. Again, she is definitely somebody that is creating a space for everybody. Okay, now we are about to get into the 10 minutes of honesty. I'm super excited to hear that. Okay, before we go to that segment, we're going to hear this quick DoorDash commercial from your girl, because I know you guys be hungry. I got a DoorDash code y'all can use right now to save some money. Check this out. Now I'm just trying to get my relax on in the house with my mask and my snacks, but I done ate up all the snacks. Now I know I got some groceries in the fridge because I went shopping at some point last week. Hold on. The cabinets. Okay, it's looking a little crazy. The fridge. Oh, this is embarrassing. No worries though. When I don't have any groceries in-house, I don't hesitate to order through DoorDash. I love the fact that you can order from multiple stops, which makes it convenient to get everything that I want. And right now they have a 40% off of orders for $15 or more for new customers. I love me a good deal, especially when it's in the comfort of my own home, because this mask was not ready to come off. So use the link in my bio and my code to order with DoorDash right now. It's easier. Okay. All right. You ready?
Yes. Ooh,
okay.
I'm excited.
Hey guys, so definitely make sure you tap in with that DoorDash code today. Save right now. Support your girl and get your munchies on. Get you some good grub. I personally love DoorDash because you can just get a whole bunch of stuff from different places. I didn't know you could do that, but now I know. So try it out. Now we got the 10 minutes of honesty. This is definitely one of my favorite parts of the episode. Are you ready?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Woo!
I love things like this.
Shout out to everybody that sends questions. If you ever want to have a question put into the bowl, just DM me and I will just go ahead and add it. There's no restrictions, okay? Just send me the question, okay?
Oh.
So let's see. Let me mix this because I had got a few new questions for this season. Okay. So let me see. Ooh, let me see. I love it.
I'm a very private person.
I love it.
I think everybody knows I'm a very private person.
Really? I would never have known.
Because
that.
You know what? I talk a lot on my Instagram. I talk a whole lot of nothing. I don't know what the hell I be talking about.
But you also just seem very like outgoing. But you know what? You don't really share too much of your personal shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
Okay, first question. If you had to describe what your legacy is right now, what would it be?
Ooh, my legacy? I think I'm a great aunt.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I have I have my two nephews, but I also have like extended nieces and nephews, and I feel like as an adult who's also a smoker, like I feel like it's my responsibility to not be this fucking stoner around my nieces and nephews, so they're not like, what the fuck is going on? My aunt's on drugs, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on? And so I try to be mindful so that I can, when it gets to that point, like they have somebody educated who's gonna be like, hey, this is what it yada yada yada, you know what I mean? And like honestly, like of course in my family smoking weed is common, but like at the same time my cousins, like everyone's smoking, but nobody's actually talking about it. And I feel like being transparent and like talking about things is honestly like the best, you know what I mean? Like
Facts.
exactly, yeah.
Facts.
Especially with like the younger people, because like younger people now, like they're just smoking pens all the time, and it's like, yeah, that's fine, but like what are you smoking? What's in your pen?
What's in it?
Yeah,
what's in it?
Exactly. Like these fucking robots, you know what I mean, that everyone's smoking.
They want us to be AI, y'all. They want us to be AI too.
Exactly. It's terrifying.
They're poisoning us. Okay. Next question. Do you believe in right person, wrong time?
Ooh. You know what? I think that I don't know how, and I hate to say this because I've been through relationships. And I don't feel like I'm an authoritative person to speak on relationships, but what I can say is I feel like I don't think that there's a right time for anything. I think that as humans, we are like we are adaptive. That's how we are. We're emotional beings, and we also are receptive to other people's emotions. You know what I mean? So I think to some extent, I think when there is a like, when there's a space to cultivate, then anything can happen at any time. You know what I mean? But I think the reason why people say, wrong or right person, wrong time is because they feel like maybe they have to get their shit together, or maybe it took them a different route to get their shit together. Yeah, and that's fair. But in reality, like, that wasn't your person. that wasn't the right person. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, everything happens exactly as you make it happen. You know what I mean? And I think for the right person, when you love somebody, you would kind of do anything.
Do anything for them.
Period.
Facts.
Wrong time right now.
She said that's
right now.
Ain't no wrong time, goddammit.
No fucking
it's
time.
Today.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly.
Who is your role model if you have one?
Ooh, my role model. Lil' Kim. No.
Big Lil' Kim, not the little one, period.
Yeah, no, I think like outside of like my household, I don't know, like role models is crazy because I have the biggest role model at home, which is my mother. You know what I mean? And I think it's like, I think more than anything, like we do have to just kind of like engulf ourselves in the love that we have at home. And so, yeah, my mother.
Shout out to the moms. Hi, Mom. I love my mom too. Shout out to mom.
I know.
Shout out to her mom. Hi. Period. Okay, let me see. Next question. Let me see.
Now I'm nervous. I was like,
this is a long ass question.
I know what I'm saying. I'm gonna cry.
Let me see. If someone had 24 hours in Chicago with you, where are you taking them?
Ooh, 24 hours in Chicago. See, I have to know the person. Because the thing about Chicago is we are so, like, we have everything.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, if you're whatever kind of person you are, I think I would first need to know who you are. But honestly, I would take you for a great time because I am a Chicagoan.
Great time.
For sure, we would have to, like, because as far as, like, the people that, that I know who have to come here, of course, the lake, you know what I mean?
For sure, yes, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
Like, of course, like the beach and all that. But otherwise, I don't know. There's just so much.
There is a lot.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be, like, tailored.
There's a lot.
Give me a character.
Let me see. Next question. I should just grab that one. That jumped out. What is the proper way to fry fish?
Ooh, fish?
Do you fry fish?
You know what? I hate fish. You
hate fish?
I hate fish.
Oh, shit.
I love seafood. I am a shellfish person.
Okay. Do you like chicken?
I'm not crazy for chicken. You know what? Okay, it depends. I like chicken wings.
Chicken wings? Do you fry chicken wings?
I have before. Tried. Oh, you know what I've air fried? Air fried. You set the air fryer to 350 for 20 minutes. Yeah. No, I don't know about fish. I was gonna say, you know what? As a matter of fact, Target used to sell this tortilla crusted tilapia.
Okay, that sounds good.
And I put it in a pan. I did a little.
Did a little something on that? I did a little one too. Okay, we like that. Yeah. We like that.
Yeah. But as far as frying fish.
Oh, snap.
And I'm a cook. I do cook. I don't like fish like that.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, no.
Okay, let me see. Next question. How do you leave a function early? What do you say? What do you say when you want to leave a function early?
I leave.
You don't say. Do you just leave? You just get out of there?
Suddenly I'm gone. You know what I mean? And like, you know what's funny is I hate confrontation. And so I feel like somebody's gonna ask me a question and then I'm gonna be embarrassed and I'm out of there.
What if you're trying to leave and then they stop you at the door? Like, oh my God, girl. And then, what else happened? Like, what do you do right then?
I don't think that has happened to me so far. I think I'm very much like, I'm not gonna say I'm sneaky, but I think I'm tactful. I think I'm tasteful.
Okay. Yeah.
Where I know when to make my
exit.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like to cause a or anything or upset anybody.
Let's do two more. Two more.
Yes.
How long is too long for sex?
It's too long for. Oh, now I'm like all sex. We're talking about sex.
We're doing sex things. We do sex stuff.
I know. Okay. Let me give you a little sip.
I love how grown people do that. We do that like, oh, sex?
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay. How long is too long?
How long is too
You
long?
know what? This is the thing. I have a theory, okay? I have a theory that sex is only enjoyable until you come, right? And then afterwards, it's like, I needed my downtime. And then we can go again.
Yeah.
And then I'll come again.
Yeah.
And then we can stop again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, the goal of sex is to come.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we can go, long to get there.
Yeah.
And it's like, calm down. You know what I mean? Like,
Take a moment.
yeah. Gather yourself up. You know what I mean? Have a drink of water. Because sex can be intensive too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like, yeah, I don't know. There's marathons, but I don't think anybody's going without pausing.
Yeah. That's unrealistic.
I need to hit the blunt. I need to hit the blunt. I need to take a sip of water.
I need to hit the blunt and recharge myself.
Please.
No, I feel you though, especially when you start getting a little older. It's like, okay, after that moment, yeah, to your point, it needs another moment to like recharge, to like get back in the mood, kind of like to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm good for multiple rounds, but I'm not going one extended round.
okay.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
That's me.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You explained that really good. I like how you was elaborate.
This.
Oh my God. Okay. Last question.
Ooh.
Do you have a conspiracy you feel is real?
All of them. I don't like watching those kind of videos because I'm like, immediately yes. Immediately yes. My favorite conspiracies too are around like random shit like Disney World. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of conspiracies around Disney,
right?
Though. Yeah.
I'll go through real severe rabbit holes. Or you know what? Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese? Chuck E. Cheese's?
What's the conspiracy?
Charles Entertainment Cheese. That's his middle initial. Chuck E. Cheese. E stands for entertainment. He was a rock star. And there's like a whole eras of Charles. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I feel like I grew up. So I didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not going to lie. We were not like Chuck E. Cheese. We were not there with it. But I feel like I definitely heard about it a lot. And I saw it a lot. And then I might have gone like once or twice.
Yeah.
But Chuck E. Cheese wasn't something that was like huge. So now as an adult, when I'm like looking at this shit, I'm like, this shit's fucking demonic. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, it's things like that. I'm very into like things like that where I'm like, what is this random thing that I don't know nothing about? You know what I mean?
What is happening?
Right.
No, it's a lot of conspiracy shit that be happening in the world. I definitely believe in conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
Certain things I feel like are blatantly put in our face sometimes, and then they don't want us to believe, but we should be believing.
I draw a line at Beyonce. Don't tell me no shit about Beyonce.
That's it.
Don't tell me no shit about Beyonce. I hate the conspiracies about Beyonce. Leave her ass alone. The fuck? No, I hate shit like that.
Protect Beyonce. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. I said that was my last one. This is my last one.
Other spaces.
Oh, that's kind of whack. What time should we stop eating every day?
Ooh.
Now this is an adult question.
Yes, I was
because we all struggle. Why does this happen when you get past 30? You got to figure out what time to stop eating food.
You know, I hate that.
That just made me mad. I just got offended. Exactly. My damn self.
Adult ass decisions. First of all, I'm a teenager. You know what I mean? Like, leave me
That's
alone.
crazy.
Because sometimes I'll take a nap and it feels worse after the nap. And you guys don't understand. Like, that's the shit that happened at 35, not at fucking 25. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yes, the time to eat now is vastly different. Nowadays, I can't eat too late because then I'll wake up feeling like shit.
Yes.
And so I have acid reflux. And this is another thing. The acid reflux is my whole entire personality. Because I live off of Tums. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't eat that. No, we can't go get pizza at midnight. You know what I mean? Like, please leave me alone. But I think it really depends on your, like, how you're eating. Because some people fast. Some people, it's just a variety
That's
of
true.
things.
That's
Me
true.
personally, I cannot eat late or too close to when I'm eating or to when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I will not have a pleasant morning at all. At all.
No, I definitely agree. I think on my earlier stages, right? You eat at any time. It doesn't matter. You can eat, you can wake up, crack of dawn, and make a whole feast if you want. But now it's like, no. I try not to eat past 10 now. Really need to be 8 though. That's what they say. But
I'm at 7 p.m.
I'm 10. I'm 10 only because I be working and shit. I be editing stuff, and sometimes I don't actually get my last meal in. And I feel like, damn, I don't want to not eat another meal before I go to bed. Like, fuck. But anything past then, I
become
can't.
health aware until this age, so I understand. Like, I'm learning too.
Man.
I did not become health aware until I
For
had
real.
to, you know what I mean?
This is serious, y'all. We gotta get it together.
And you want to live forever, and you don't want to be like looking like an old person. That's another
exactly.
thing. Like, I refuse. You know what I mean?
Me too. I agree.
Yes.
Because you don't look your age. You don't.
Thank you.
At all. But you snapped on the 10 minutes of honesty. I love that for you. You went crazy on that. Period.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it. Now, before we go, I got to get into the new merchandise that you just dropped.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You feel me? It was thighs everywhere. We saw a lot of thigh action, a lot of motion in the ocean.
Yes.
So in addition to the product, which is amazing, shout out to you for that. Congratulations. I just got to tap into your confidence because you're so confident. And I feel like you use your confidence to propel your brand really well.
Thank you.
So, how did you decide on deciding to do that, promo for the merch?
So I think for a couple years now, I felt like this weird kind of thing where I feel like people are judgmental to women in their 30s, right? Like,
Yes.
like, what is it with this judgment? Like, what do you mean? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Look at me. Look at this. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? And the judgment, you know what I mean? And so, like, a month ago, Megan Fox, which is so cheesy, Megan Fox, you know
Fire,
what I mean?
yeah.
She's 39. Okay, she did that photo shoot, and it was, like, awesome. Like, literally so hot. And in my head, I was like, exactly.
Yeah. Period.
What the fuck?
Period.
Exactly. And it's like, but the thing about it too, as somebody who I am, because I am plus size, people would say, I don't like the word term plus size. Personally, in my opinion, I'm a fat girl. I love it. I don't have no chip on my shoulder about it. I have been my size my entire life. And I don't have weird feelings about it, but other people do. And so I think that's kind of why, even more so, I was like,
Fuck y'all.
look at this. Look at who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I have always felt great about myself.
That's
and
right.
like, sometimes that makes people feel a certain way because they look at me and they say that person shouldn't have the confidence that they have because of X reasons. Fair. Everybody has their taste, what they like, period. I know there's a giant demographic of people who agree with me in my sentiment that I look amazing. And so I was like, when I saw those pictures of Megan Fox, I immediately was like, hey, I hit up my girl, Dre, love her, hit her up, she's amazing. I was like, hey, let's do this photo shoot. I'm like, I want to do Megan Fox, but I want to promote the open mic. And my thought, again, is I'm not the open mic. I am just a model for the open mic now. I am a performer for the open mic. I am a person who is a part of the open mic. So I want to do this. Like, I'm going to promote the open mic this way, you know what I mean? Because this is who I am. This is the only way that I know to be true to myself. I could have gone on there and did a cheesy photo shoot about smoking and doing all this shit, and that's not who I am. I know exactly who I am. This is who I am. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I want to do what I thinks look good on me. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the fuck I want. That's how I want to put myself out.
It was so fire.
Period.
I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not seen,
Yes,
I'm
cheers.
cheers you to that period, okay? Like, I was definitely scrolling. I said, damn. I instantly went back. You get the angles. I mean, you look so good and just sexy and just like, yeah, like, like just fire. And I just love that. I love that about you. I love that you decided to do that to promote, you know, your event. But just the way you did it, like, it's really grown. Like, it's really grown and sexy. Like, despite, right, plus size, whatever. The aura that you given is just very like, I'm that bitch. Like, I'm that bitch. I love that.
And yeah, and I've always said, like, I don't like this concept of being, like, body positive or anything. Like, I don't have shit to be positive about. Like, this is who the fuck I am. Like, when I'm negative about it, that's real too. You know what I mean? When I look in the mirror and I don't feel as great, that's real as fuck too. But most days, I feel fucking great. And so, like, when I did the photo shoot, I was not thinking, oh, I'm going to attract, you know, guys, or I'm going to, you know, empower people. No, I was trying to be like, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? Whatever you want. You could literally do it. And that's the thing, like, people don't realize social media is fake as hell. You know what I mean? And so, like, at the end of the day, I choose what I put out there. And that's what I want people. When they look at me, they see, damn, this the open mic, and it's a poet, and it's a fucking badass woman. And that's literally all I care about. The rest, y'all don't have to know shit else.
Period. Period. But I loved it. Again, I think it was beautiful. Like, it really is a captivating piece. Like, it represents so much. Like, I think it just embodies so much. Like, I love it. I think it's fire as hell, you know. And the merch, of course. Gotta go make sure you cop that. There's shirts, there's notebooks available.
So the t-shirts are also locally made. And it's basically just a local print shop. And the notebooks are made by Joliet. It's the Joliet Poet Laureate, you guys. So it's another poet. And he literally is making the notebooks. They're locally made. Nice. It honestly is just supporting, again, community, putting back into what's putting into me, pouring into what's pouring into me. I'm happy, and I love Uxmar. He's going to be judging the poetry slam that's happening. So if you're a poet and you feel a little competitive, you could win some cash. You could win some weed. That's happening at the poetry slam, and that's on April 29th. And Uxmar will be judging, and we will have notebooks there. So make sure you guys come out. Yes, I'm super happy with how the notebooks turned out, how the t-shirts turned out. This is a project that was kind of near and dear to me because I didn't want to put something out that was cheesy or that was like whatever. Like, I'm not somebody who really is showy in like what I wear. I can't say that I wear like concert t-shirts or t-shirts that have a bunch of stuff on them. But it was a t-shirt that I felt really embodies who I am. I'm grown. A lot of the people who come to the open mic are grown. We're all just grown people sharing our poetry. And we don't want to wear shit that looks a certain way. And that's okay. Whatever you choose to wear looks okay. But as for myself, this is what I want.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's really it.
Facts. And you said it's April 29th.
Yes.
All right. So tickets, are people able to just buy tickets or pull up? Or
So the number one thing about the elevated open mic and all of the elevated events is that they're 100% free. We are going to have a pool the day of for the poet who wins. So we're going to have a poetry slam, and the top 3 poets are going to win a prize.
Nice.
But everyone who attends is going to have access to the space. There's going to be vendors. We're going to have our sponsors. You're going to get to try some little vapes, some little, you know. I don't want to say too much because I know them guidelines be fucking us up.
Yes. You're right. You know. You would know. Right.
So,
you know.
But, it's gonna be a good time, and that's really the point. Is we want to motivate people to keep writing. How do you motivate people to keep writing? You invest in those people so that they keep fucking writing.
That's right.
So the winners will be winning money. The top 3 winners will be taking home a lot of like 420 goodies, and yeah, that's basically the whole poetry slam.
And if people wanted to be a part of it, they can sign up until the event as well?
Yep. So all you have to do is you have to text Poetry Slam. And honestly, this is the number for all of the elevated events. If you want to perform at any of the upcoming open mics, then you would text open mic. If you want to perform at the Poetry Slam, you're going to text Poetry Slam. The number is 708-501-7692. You can also get information. It's not a number to call. It's literally just an information number. You can text whatever you want.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, thank you. Another thing. I'm sorry. We also have the 5-year anniversary. So, like I said, it is. It is
yes.
It's our anniversary week. It's my birthday week. Unfortunately, they happen to land on the same week. But we will be back next week for our 5-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yes. It's on the south side at Thrift, which is a black-owned thrift store. And if you've never been to Thrift, I definitely recommend it to you. They have some cute pieces, honestly. Like, he is amazing. I love the space. We've been there for a couple years now. Honestly, my favorite jeans are from there. Like, I love that space. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go. I love thrifting regardless, but I will definitely check that out.
And honestly, it's a different experience. It's not like your usual experience. It's very boutique style. I love the space. And we're having our 5-year anniversary party there. It's going to be May 1st. It's a Friday. We never have weekend open mics. This one's on a Friday. So we hope to see you guys May 1st at Thrift for our 5-year anniversary. And again, if you want to perform, text open mic to 708-501-7692. Yes.
That sounds super lit. Congratulations again. You're doing some amazing things. You are making it happen. 5 years. So definitely supporting you and hoping to 5 more years, 20 plus more years. Okay, of you doing your thing. That's so dope.
I love to see
Congratulations.
it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Honestly, I'm just happy to see all the people who have come through the open mic, who have performed there. Like I said, we try to give back. So at the open mic, at the anniversary open mic, if you sign up to perform, you will be getting a goodie bag. There is a $10 performer fee, but you will be coming home with a goodie bag filled with goodies. And so yeah, that money goes towards the open mic. So just getting more shit for the open mic. Yes.
Now it's so important for us to, keep the open mic, vibe alive, keep that cultural connection alive throughout Chicago. Like, a lot of you guys are asking about where community is, and this is a big part of community right here, y'all. She really is creating a community that is safe, open, inviting, and very inspiring. So I highly recommend that you guys tap in with her for real. Like, she is somebody to know for sure. Okay,
yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Love you.
Thank you for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it. I mean, you dropped a lot of gems today. Just so much knowledge. And I think you inspired a lot of other creatives to just continue pushing community. Finding your tribe is something that a lot of people struggle with. You got to get out there and find your tribe.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The biggest thing about finding your tribe is sometimes it comes unexpected. I think sometimes we're afraid to put ourselves out there in any capacity. And sometimes we have a lot of first timers at the open mic who will come out and be like, this is my first time performing at an open mic. Honestly, the elevated open mic is welcoming of first performers. Why? Because we're just stoned. We're just there to vibe. We're just there to welcome you. The elevated open mic is so non-judgmental. When you come here, you feel the vibe of just us wanting to see a performance. We gas people up and we're just there to have a good fucking time. And so I think that's also, it's not a popularity contest. We don't give a fuck where you're coming from, who you are. None of that. The reality is we're all there for the same thing, to perform and have a good time.
Well, definitely let everybody know where they can follow you and tune in with you.
You guys can check out the Elevated Open Mic. It's at Elevated Open Mic. You can also Google Elevated Open Mic and it'll pop up on Eventbrite. All of the Elevated Open Mic events are on Eventbrite. And yeah, you can basically just see all the upcoming ones there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yay. Thank you.
I thank you again for coming on the show. Like I said, I've seen you do this for a couple years now and the growth is amazing. I'm commending you, giving you your flowers now because I think what you've done, what you continue to do is so necessary on so many different levels. So keep doing that shit.
Thank you.
Please.
Yeah, thank you. I know sometimes I get tired, but at the end of the day, like it's higher than me. Higher. It's higher than me. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're so crazy. I love her, okay? Make sure you guys tune in with her as well and check out the Elevated Open Mic right now. Check out the page, see some of the past events so you can get involved today. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Pillow Talk Podcast, streaming on all major platforms, including anywhere you get your podcast. Sending love and light to all of you. If you want to get on the show, call me, beat me. If you want to reach me, the DMs are open. Season 7, sending love and light.